quarantined comedian. Hello, beautiful people of the world. This is Quarantined Comedian with me, your host, Ellie Weinstein. My makeup is getting out of hand. Hopefully this is not the case with our comedians. Let's see if that's true today with our guest, Oleg Denisov. The Russian comedian who can joke about politics because he does it in English and Putin only speaks German. But on the off chance that the KGB still exists and is after him, he's mostly touring the world running from consequences. He was named the bravest Russian comedian of the year by his concerned parents. Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, it's nice to see you again. I'm good. I haven't seen you in a while. Even though we're sort of kind of city neighbors.
Well, yeah, just 700 kilometers or 800 kilometers, basically the next door,
Nothing. That's this is like whole Czech Republic probably, but yeah, that's nothing. Are you ready to participate in our lovely show?
Yeah, let's do this. I'm very excited.
Perfect. Okay, let's go into round number one. Round number one, the about. This is basically an introductory round. I'll ask you to please introduce yourself and tell us something about yourself and how you're spending quarantine and what's your comedy style in general. What are you up to?
Well, now I'm kind of mostly trying to write new material that wouldn't completely suck. Because now I have a lot of time, and also I have this benefit of not knowing if it's actually any good, because I can't really try it. So in my view, I'm doing very well. Now I'm just waiting for the quarantine to end for the reality check.
Okay, in your mind, what's the best joke you wrote so far in quarantine?
I think it's a joke about my humor in general is like coronavirus quarantine-based joke. So it's kind of like because I rarely write those neat little jokes. So it goes like this. My jokes are like coronavirus. You only laugh if you have a pre-existing health condition. Something like this.
Jesus. Okay, that's nice. Also, to kind of sort of introduce yourself to our viewers, I will ask you to tell us a story. And please tell us a story of how you met your idol. This could be like in person or not in person, like how you found an idol in your life or met him.
Like
maybe a comedian,
like
any idol.
Yeah, I admire. Yeah, there was a story actually, because I was my favorite comedian is Stuart Lee, right? And first time I came to see him live was I think in 2017 in London. And after the show, there's this very provocative style of comedy, but everybody said like he's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Like after the show, he always signs like what he sells his own like books, DVDs, and he signs like he writes a dedication, whatever, like talks to you a little bit. So I was buying, but obviously I have seen all his specials before, like because I pirated it and everything, like everybody does here. No big deal. Because we wouldn't have access anyway. But basically, I just bought his book and I asked him to sign it. And I said, "Oh, I'm a comedian as well. I'm also doing shows here in London at the time." And like I said, "Oh, you're my favorite comic ever. Like I love your stuff." And he's like, "Oh, right. So you're from Russia?" Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, yeah. I'm from Russia." I said, and he's like, "Okay. So have you seen all my DVDs then, or you probably haven't seen something? I can get you something." And I was like, yes, I haven't seen many of them, actually, because like he has this whole shtick that for 20 minutes in the show he speaks about how he hates everybody who pirates his work and like honest comedians' work. And I was like, yes, you're my idol, but also I haven't really seen your stuff. So, but actually in the end it finished really well, because he's like, oh right, so he's like, okay, he's a third world comedian, so I'll just give him some DVDs for free. He gave them for free. He gave them for free. So yeah.
You are aware, though, that this is going on internet, and he will probably see that.
Yeah,
well, he may see that. I'm not that famous yet, but still.
I don't think so. No, I don't think he will see that. No, I don't think he will be among the 50 people.
Be ready to pack those DVDs back.
No, I'm not ready. I can donate some money to him, although he doesn't need it. He should donate money to me.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, thank you very much for that lovely story. You're ready for the round number 2.
Yeah, let's do this.
Round number 2, truth serum. Round number 2 is a truth serum round. Let's say you get some truth serum in you, and now you have to answer me truthfully, but hopefully, since it's a comedic show, hilariously. Is that okay with you?
Well, I don't think this concept really go together that well, but yeah. Have you ever used actual truth serum? Because you're a psychologist. Do you use this sort of stuff?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything I say on stage had happened to me at some point in my life.
All right.
Everything. Literally everything. I just have an interesting angle of viewing it, sort of, kind of. Okay. So hopefully you'll do the same. For the round number 2, I've prepared several questions that are very catered to you. So hopefully you will feel uncomfortable answering them. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, good. Being Russian political comedian, isn't quarantine just a prison preview for you?
I haven't thought of it that way, but now thank you for the metaphor. I really, because I should. So I had this like wall. I should like start counting days. I think. And also I should stop looking at beautiful women over the internet, because like I know there's not much of it in prison, and I know you're wondering if I'm speaking about you. So I will leave it a secret.
Okay. I will still assume it's about me. Thank you so much. Thank you for answering for this to this question. Are you ready for the number 2? Question number 2. Okay, good. We have met before, right? So I know that your favorite philosopher is Immanuel Kant, right?
Yeah.
So how does it affect your life when your idol is a cunt?
Well, I mean, like, I think a lot of my idols are actually cunts. Like, it's not, they don't even have to have this surname, you know. But Kant is really a great, you know, guy to get into, especially when you're in quarantine, I think.
Why?
Well, he had this whole thing because he lived in Kaliningrad. Well, it was German then, but anyway. And he lived there his whole life, and he almost never traveled, and he would just like live in his house. He had this a phrase attributed to him actually that he said, like, because somebody asked him like, why haven't you ever married? And he's like, when I needed a woman, like assuming when I was young I needed a woman, I couldn't afford it, but then when I was able to afford it, I didn't need it anymore. So. This is not exactly why I like him. Well,
hopefully
maybe.
in quarantine you can afford a woman.
Well, I can afford to look at women on the internet.
I have to say that sounds a little bit cunty.
It does, yeah. You see, so we came to we married these two ideas.
Yeah, read into it whatever you want. Thank you for this little introduction course into Immanuel Kant. That's lovely. Are you ready for the question number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. It is believed that Russia is a very family-oriented country, as I've seen in your shows.
Yes.
Is it true that you have decided to name your firstborn Vladimir, and she's not very happy about it?
First of all, who's she? Vladimir's wife? Like, I don't know.
Your firstborn.
Oh yeah, she will be. How can you ask a firstborn if it's not? What's wrong with you? What's happening in St. Petersburg at the moment? Like how?
Well, that was a little bit of a joke. Also, congratulations, you're a father.
Oh Jesus Christ! Bye bye.
Okay, that was always interesting to me on the different level. Like, how can a man go through life not knowing if he fathered a child anywhere in the world?
Happily,
as a woman, I will never get that notion. As a woman, I will never know what it feels like. It's not like tomorrow somebody knocks on my door like, "Hi, Mom," and I'm like, "No."
Well, with you, I wouldn't be so sure, but yeah.
What would that? Did you harvest my eggs while we were on tour together? Be honest with me.
Honestly, not many of them, no.
Okay, so I have a child walking somewhere around.
Could be.
So, going back to the question, will you call your firstborn Vladimir?
Well, I think by the time I have my firstborn, I will be legally obliged to do this anyway, so yes.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. And this was all for round number 2. Hopefully you enjoyed my questions. And are you ready to go into round number 3?
Yeah, definitely.
Round 3, classic lightning round. In the round number 3, I'm gonna give you a sort of a construct or concept of a classic joke. And you will have 10 seconds to come up with your own joke on the basis of this construct.
All right.
Am I making myself clear?
More or less, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a
I've heard of
construct,
jokes,
then I'll put
I
on a
think I will
timer.
manage. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put on a timer, then you have 10 seconds to think, and then you're giving me a joke, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, this would be a weird one. The first one is, the other day I did a blip.
How is it supposed to end?
I don't know, it's your joke.
Ah, okay.
10 seconds, by the way.
Okay. Oh yeah, is it over? Well, I really lost the sense of time in this whole situation. I was like, oh well, what day is it actually? Okay.
Doesn't it always happen when you're with me?
Yes.
Okay, so the other day I did...
which lasted for like 10 days, it seemed to go on for years.
Yeah, it was also like 2 weeks, but okay, 10
Yeah.
days, fair enough. So the other day I did a blip. Mm-hmm.
The other day I did a vote.
For whom?
Knock knock, who's there?
Oh. What? I'm confused now.
No, the other day I did a vote.
Okay.
A lot of things changed.
This is a very Russian joke, isn't it?
Yeah, I should really say it with a straight face. It's like, and like have a glass of vodka like to drink afterwards.
A glass of vodka, not a shot, a glass of
things.
vodka.
Yeah, a glass, like a pint.
Well, they say that alcohol kills coronavirus, so good luck with that.
Not the alcohol, but
Russia's
the quantity of it.
Okay. Okay, are you ready for your second construct or setup or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did Blip cross the road? Very classic one. 10 seconds on the clock. And time.
Okay, why did Putin cross the road?
Why?
To cross it back and to be in the same position exactly as he was.
For 20 more years,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Perfect.
I'm sorry
Okay,
that my jokes are not funny, but the reality also isn't funny. So the reality is kind of shit. So.
Okay. Did you realize that you just called your jokes shit?
Yes, I did.
As long as you do realize that.
I mean,
okay.
the world deserves the jokes it deserves, okay? So that's my opinion, anyway.
Oh. My boyfriend thinks so about Trump. You know, he's not the president we want, but the one that we deserve.
Yeah, especially since your boyfriend is not American, so why should he give a fuck?
I know, right? Okay. So, the last one for this round. Blip walks to a bar. It could be like any number of people, not people, whatever. Something walks into a bar. Ready? 10 seconds. And time.
Okay, so nobody walks into a bar.
Okay.
And they see nothing there. And the bar is closed because there is no subsidies from the government. And the business went bankrupt. And we're all fucked.
I should have got some napkins for this interview, just to cry into, right?
Napkins are off. There's no napkins.
No napkins, no cry, no solace, no happiness. Thank you very much for this very Russian interview.
Thank you. I hope I provided some diversity for your show.
Well, you've definitely provided some interview into Russian reality. Thank you very much for doing this. And
Thanks
now
for
you
having
have
me.
5 seconds to... No, not yet. You have 5 seconds to look into your camera and shout out or promote or say anything to our viewers. 5 seconds. Let's go.
I hope you don't die.
That's amazing. We hope as well. Thank you very much for doing this. And thank you very much for connecting with me. It's been lovely seeing you once again. And hopefully you'll get back to the show after quarantine.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll see you soon.
And you know what? Don't die.
I won't.
Thank you so much.
I'm asthmatic, so I won't. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. And this was Oleg Denisov graciously connecting with us from Russia, Moscow. And if you want to see any other comedians on this show, please comment down below in the comment section, or maybe leave your suggestions for the questions for the round number 3, and we can do this show together. Thank you so much for watching. It's me, your host, Ali Weinstein, and I'll be back in a couple days. See you there. Quarantined comedian.